Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a get my fill.
Hello, guys. Hello. Haha. Do USA realism RP IRL? I mean, how would it work? IRL streaming RP? I mean, what the fuck? Can we do that? I don't think we can. All right, guys. Anyway, welcome along to the staff Q&A session. Obviously, we're trying to throw these on once a month. It does seem like it's always me and Cyril nowadays. Hopefully, we'll get some other people involved with them all. But yeah, we'll manage. We'll manage to convince some more people to jump in. We have got Monkey hiding somewhere in the background, lurking amongst us here with me and Sir. I mean, I don't really know why he's here, but I mean, he's just here. So yeah, we'll crack straight on with the Q&A session. We're gonna get the police stuff out the way as we always do. So I'll hand it all over to Cyril and let him run you all through that.
Right then, we have 3 questions on the police. They start with really short, not too bad, and then novel. So we're going to go through the first one, which is the really quick one. Can you fix the cops? They are very trigger happy. Jamie's there on nearly all of our trainings, if not all of them, and he will tell you straight away exactly the same as I will. Every single training we go through, I mean, we'll have a lot of cops in chat at minute. We go through not shooting, we go through talking, we go through, role play first, shoot second. As soon as the town calms down and stops being so trigger happy, then the cops will not be as trigger happy, but it is literally, you need one to stop the other. But every single time we do training, we say shoot last. We don't even let them, they shouldn't be running up with automatic rifles or shotguns. They should just be running up with a pistol or a taser to the door of any robbery. So that's how it should be. So I suppose that's that one answered.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to add to that, Jamie?
I mean, the whole point of all the cop training we ever do, I mean, is the biggest tool the cop's got is his voice. I mean, if you can talk a situation out and get a peaceful resolution, I mean, one, you've preserved your own life, you've preserved the criminal's life. If there's a hostage involved, them as well. I mean, 100%. I mean, we're working on it. It's continuous. I mean, it's a continuous job to try and fix the police force. If it is happening though, guys, there is if you drop into Discord and use !complaint, we go through the complaint forms. It's normally me and Ash at the min, and then we pass on all the complaint forms about the police department to Cyril and Marcus. I mean, me and Ash are very heavily involved there as well so we all get together and we have a big Ganguli and talk about it all. And see where we're falling short and where the training needs to be directed. I mean, you guys are helping us direct the training to our weaknesses as much by reporting people. I mean, it's not necessarily getting them in shit. It's helping us develop the police force to aid the server more, I think. So, yeah.
So, isn't everybody talking about that?
No, I think
that got
everyone's
covered off
quite
quite
happy
clearly, yeah. Right, second one then. After the whitelist takes over the server, will you have more trust in players entirely, i.e. trust them with their RP? For me, cops keep choosing my RP path. The cop would do /me checks cameras and then do /me sees both men rob store. Even when that didn't happen, he said he had proof of me robbing the store. Bring that shit to me or Marcus, mate. I would say whoever's put that question up, bring that shit to me or Marcus. That needs reporting in a whole sort of different way. We don't like that happening. We don't like CCTV being used. It should never be used because it's not physical proof. You're dead right. You've got to have physical proof. If they say they've got you on CCTV, just say, right,
User joined your channel.
show me that shit. I need to see it. You cannot deem that no real CCTV is proof. It's kind of meta / power game, and it's horrible. We tell every cop not to do it, so hopefully they're not. But yeah, bring it to us. We'll sort it. Oh, else on that, Jamie?
No, like I say, report it. CCTV is a big one for me. I mean, I've had arguments with people. I mean, me and Ash both did the once. It's deemed power gaming. I mean, the evidence isn't there. They're pinning something on you that they can't prove for themselves. It's power gaming. I'm sorry for me. So yeah, definitely report it through the right chains, and we'll get it sorted. We'll get it nipped in the bud at an early stage before it becomes a bigger issue.
Yep. Right.
Onto the essay.
Right. War and Peace coming up. Are we ready? I'll read it word for word. So, why was Luke promoted again for what he did during the training to receive a promotion to his position? It doesn't make any sense. Many of the people that were on your stream... Hang on, I'm getting loads of balloons.
Sorry, it's just me pinging Ashley questions.
Right, yeah. So, many of the people that were on your stream were busting their ass while Luke was running around as a civilian. What made him qualify for that position? There should be exact things that made him stand out during that training in order to give him his role back, rather than putting effort in order to get that spot back. It was basically a matter of time before he was actually just handed it back. There was nothing, and I'm saying nothing because all he did during that training was play as a civilian. Is that how you reward people? If so, that is the most retarded way I've ever seen the department run. I remember on one of your streams, Ram was demoted to a prosby sergeant, and it took him almost the entire month for him to get back to sergeant. It doesn't add up. Luke is a sergeant for close to a week and a half and then promoted back to, it says sergeant, but it'd be lieutenant, while Ram isn't given the same opportunity as Luke was. Almost in the back of the mind of all the command staff that Luke was going to get his spot back. He is sarcastic, pessimistic, selfish person that cares only about himself and not other people around him. Now here is my question. Why was it that Luke did something much worse than Ram and was given his L2 spot back? Why was no one else given the opportunity to stand out and try to compete for that position? I hope you have a reason why someone played as a civilian and did absolutely nothing to prove himself in that training. So, easiest way of seeing it is whoever wrote this doesn't see behind the scenes on what happens with command staff. I challenged Luke to get that position back when he was demoted. It wasn't a full-on, always going to be demotion. It was, show me you're capable of doing that position and you'll get it back, is exactly what was said to him. It weren't just me that said it, you know, it was literally at the time, he'd done bad, he got demoted. It's the way we have to deal with things. What I saw from that moment on, because I basically had the words with him, do the job you want to do, not the job you're doing. If you want to be a lieutenant, show me you can be a lieutenant. Do the behind the scenes stuff just as well as you're doing the other stuff. He stepped up. He's done loads of applications. He's got a whole folder in the BCSO folder of command staff that we can see, that we can go into, and he's done loads of bits in there. He's done absolutely loads of stuff that would warrant him being promoted up that nobody apart from command staff would probably see. And it'd only be certain command staff that would see it. So that's about as far as I can say with that. Has anybody other questions on it?
I mean, I was there as well for when we demoted Luke. We very much went round the higher up side of the command staff. I expressed the same as Cyril did. I mean, I told him, I said, Luke, it's not going to be a permanent demotion. it's yours to take back. You've got to earn it. I mean, you fucked up, son, by not fully investigating what the issue was. He's all reacted on a little bit too quick. But I mean, he's turned that around and he's took on board the comments. He's took on board the criticism while he hasn't shoved his head in the sand and just been like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. He's grasped it and gone forth and shown that he's capable of the job, which is why he got given the job. Can't really say fairer than that, can you?
No, he worked hard to get it back, not on stuff that people may have seen, and during the training, he was he civilian? I can't even remember it now, to be honest, but if he was, it's because we'd asked him to be. That's why. It was the stuff that he'd done before that, like I say, that we'd seen that deserved his promotion back to his position again. We've said exactly the same with everybody else. So, I suppose that's that one answered.
Absolutely. Okay. So we move on to like the general questions that have been asked.
I'd say before that, Jamie, just see if there is else that anybody wants to ask about police before you move on really quickly.
Let them just keep dropping it in the chat. I mean, we can always nail it at the end, can't we?
That's what we usually do, innit?
Yeah, we'll add them on. I mean, if you see something in there you like the look of, grab hold of it and we'll paste it on the bottom under others.
No worries.
Okay, so yeah, we'll move up into all the pre-asked questions. I mean, it's always nice to make sure we fly through this. So the things that have been generally asked. I mean, Ash has joined us. He's hiding in the background, lurking somewhere.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
My name's Ash. I'm a spry young man of age, and I'm ready to answer some questions. Is that good? Is that how we do the question answering here?
I mean, sure, man.
Okay,
I mean, welcome to the radio. You've got the face for it.
Yeah. Got him.
Got him. Alright, so the first question that I sort of pulled out, I mean, it's labelled, I'll read it exactly as it comes. I have a major question. Wow. It's a major question, this, okay? When are we moving back into the city? And also, when is State Troopers coming? On a real note, though, thanks for everything you guys do to make our experience fantastic.
Can I answer this one, James?
Yeah, go on then.
Literally watch any of the past Q&As and you have the bloody answer. There's the short answer to that question. We've answered this literally every time. Hopefully, when 64 slot gets here, we'll move to the city. Currently, our RP levels aren't quite there yet to warrant moving up. But obviously, if people can show that, and obviously we're in whitelist now, if people can show that they have that ability to RP more, we may move back. But currently, believe the process is we're waiting for 64 slot. However, it can be done sooner if people prove themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd like to go to the city. I know Cyril's very much the same. I can see Trevor's in the chat. I know Trevor's very keen to go back to the city.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not quite sure why his character suits. It really suits the country Trevor's does. But apparently he wants to move on to bigger pastures. But yeah, it's very much with the whitelist just coming in, like, I mean, what, over about 14 hours or something ago, 15 hours. It's very much we're gonna suck it and see it for a couple of weeks and see what the level of RP becomes. If we can keep improving it, brilliant. If it falls backwards, then we'll obviously have to look at steps that we can take as well. But we'd love to go back to the city for sure.
It is doing better though already. I mean, there's not as many reports coming through. It is getting a bit better, bit by bit. So just keep getting better.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. The next question: will we ever see a whitelisted or 64 slot USARP? I mean, I think we answered the first half of that. I mean, about 14, 15 hours ago. I mean, welcome to the whitelist server.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate to break it to this person, but we've seen a whitelisted server before. This isn't the first time we've whitelisted. So.
This is round 2 of the whitelist
you will
server.
see it, and you have seen it twice. So there's your answer to that one.
And then
And yes, you will see a 64 slot if it happens.
there's the answer in chat for the 64 slot.
Yeah, dead right.
I mean, we've got zero control over when 64 players hits us. Once it hits us, we'll make everything as stable as we can and we'll transfer over to it. I mean, how long's a piece of string? That's the question for when 64 players come in.
Twice its length from centre to one end.
Half its length doubled.
Depends the length of the string you buy.
Depends how long you cut the piece of string. I mean, exactly. So
3 answers, all correct.
exactly. I mean, I hate it when sarcastic people are just like me. I should know better of you two. But yeah, I mean,
no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, it is. It's a very open question for keep an eye on 5M's updates. Watching their Twitter's a good one for seeing where they're coming through. They post a lot of stuff up on the Twitter when they've had successful tests, or tests that aren't as unsuccessful as others. So that's the best place to keep an eye on. I reckon Ash will probably have a good crack at the next one. Okay, so with the release of DOJ 2.0, do you guys think that people will hate you? Will hate on you because they think you copied their idea on economy and such?
Let me hang on.
DOJ is just
DOJ
Department of Justice GTA server.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll answer that question in a simple way. Have you joined any other GTA roleplay server?
Yeah, like NoPixel.
All
these other servers.
They're all the same. They're realistic to the extent of in real life. The economy is the same. We're attempting it to be as realistic as possible. Okay, so I don't know how you would even say copy their idea of the economy and such. Do you have examples of that? Because I mean, in real life, there's pizza delivery jobs, there's tow trucking jobs, there's postal delivery jobs, there's taxi jobs. I mean, it's a realistic thing. Unless you're saying we're copying the idea of real life, in which case that is probably the intention. So I think we're doing a good job of it.
I was gonna say, yeah, definitely a move in the right direction.
So I mean, I don't know what Department of Justice is. I didn't even know there was a 2.0. But I don't think you can even argue that there's any copying at all when they're all based on realistic American roleplay, which means they're going to be sharing ideas and concepts a lot, if not all of it. The only thing that's different is how the servers are run, the rulings, and obviously there are some servers that are more developed than others. Obviously, NoPixel and Family RP have quite the hefty development teams behind them, so they're allowed to develop a bit further. But I don't think you can argue in any case that we're copying this DOJ. So yeah, it's as simple as that, really. No.
Can we change the name from USARP to UKRRP? I mean, absolutely sure. Why not? I mean, I don't think many.
You'd be surprised. You'll be surprised how many like UK police skins and stuff there are on the fucking LSPDFR.
So many.
Like you're searching for one, you're like, oh, there's the high-vis police top that we see.
You have some nice Battenberg police cars, nice Volvos and stuff. I mean,
Change all shops,
Asda's and Lidl's and stuff like that. Oh, guys, I mean, no.
I mean, I'd be all for it. No one would have guns anymore, and there'd be way less dead.
There would be way
I mean,
less dead.
we'd probably have knife crime, but that'd be about as far as it got, right?
Everybody
I mean, I'd
queue
rather
up
be
for shit.
stabbed than shot, if I'm honest.
Yeah. No, it's not ever. It's never gonna change over. It's not gonna happen, guys. No. Good meme though. All right. Okay. Can we look for a possible whitelisting of tow drivers? If so, can we see changes in their pay? That's something I've been talking quite a bit with Minnie about recently. Is like whitelisting a tow job. Yep, a tow job. Oh yeah, I kind of said that. A tow truck job, but actually develop the job a bit further, and bring the tow truck job on from where it is, and turn it more into a mechanic's job. So when there's a mechanic online, the repair kit maybe has, I mean, like a 10% chance to succeed or something. So that you're more inclined to call a mechanic to come and pick your car up and take it somewhere to repair it. Obviously a charge. That's something I've been chatting with Minnie about to try and develop. So I mean, hopefully we'll see it in the near future. But that again, it's on our development team of pushing that through. We've got ideas there. I mean, you can always look at the Trello board. All the ideas are sat there that you can see. It's just finding the time for the developers to develop. So I mean, again, it comes back to we're trying. I don't know if anyone's got anything else in there.
I'd like to think there's less of a need for it with the whole work server that's whitelisted. I'd like to think that the majority of people that are going to be doing that job, given that they're on the whitelist server, are going to be of a high enough level. But certainly, I think it would potentially lead. We could possibly, you know, if we whitelist it, make it more rewarding potentially. If it has that like a bit how the EMS and police are, obviously they get a higher pay. So obviously, with Minnie and Jamie's discussion, something will be provided. But I don't think we're huge on a rush for it per se, given that we're now whitelisted.
I mean, the main thing for me is the mechanics job. I mean, that's what I'd like to bring to give the tow truck drivers more of a, well, more people have more of an incentive to call them guys to the vehicles.
It'd give them more to do and therefore make more of them be on. Especially because they'd get tips as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'd be able to sell repair kits and repairs.
Well, this is it. I mean, I'd like to have the actual mechanic job itself whitelisted, but I mean, just a normal tow truck driver, absolutely not. I mean, why shouldn't anyone be able to go down and decide, hey, I'm going to sign on the agency and be a tow truck driver for the day? So yeah. What the fuck do you even listen to? So yeah. I don't even know. It's fucking spam a word.
I can read it.
Yeah. So there's another question posted about tow trucks again. Can tow truck drivers receive commands to impound bigger rigs to continue roleplay? Again, it's something we can definitely look at. Maybe if we bring a mechanics job in, that'd be you get to call them out. Call your mechanic out. You'll be able to maybe have an impound command, deal with stuff that's oversized, that'd require a wreck. Get rid of it. I wouldn't want to give an impound command just back to anyone that wanted to go and whitelist, just asking people to exploit things realistically. As much as obviously we've gone whitelist and we should be able to trust everyone in, I mean, giving people the temptation, you know, people will take the temptation. I mean, I don't really want to put people in the bad situations. Anyone expand or anywhere else?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head there, boss.
Right.
Jesus, they're agreeing. I mean, everyone's going to die in a minute. So yeah, we've done that one. Can the economy be looked into? I found that the jobs are very unbalanced and I'm curious if this will be addressed. Absolutely. We're always looking at the economy and trying to balance it. I mean, obviously, as you've all been into the whitelist server probably today over the course of the day, you'll see that the legal items and jobs, legal items, so all your food and drink, your legal weapons are all been reduced in price to try and bring a better economy about. We still got a feeling that we're going to have to push the illegal stuff a lot higher, but we're possibly going to need to reduce some of the legal jobs. We're probably going to have to reduce the payout on it was the Go Postal and the trucking, wasn't it? We managed to go on earlier, and in about 40 minutes, we're up to like 40 odd K again. So, yeah. The economy, it's an ever evolving thing. Economies are always moving, so we've just got to keep going with it. So I don't think there's a lot more to add to that. So
No, that's it. It's an ever-evolving thing, and much like real life, there is unfortunately you can't have perfect balance. But we'll do what we can, and I think certainly, again, now that we're whitelisted, I think money should be less of a problem for people. But that being said, we're definitely going to make it less hard to go by. I mean, we've already put measures in place for that to occur. What with the prices of food and drink going down, so we're continuing to look at stuff. If you have any suggestions, of course, go on the website. There is a suggestion session. Obviously, a lot of it does come down to Mini. So as much as we'd like to, input a lot of things, Mini is very busy currently. So it may take a little while, but it's definitely something we're looking at. So
yeah, so I mean, I've managed to get hold of pretty much our up-to-date server files. So I mean, I'm making some of the economy style adjustments now with our senior admin team, and we're moving stuff around and we're just forwarding the right bits on to get loaded into the server. So hopefully we'll see the economy can move around a little bit more freely and still leave Mini to be able to do his finish off his schoolwork. Obviously that stuff is going to be the rest of his life, so he's got to concentrate and make sure he gets that right. So yeah, we'll keep moving through. If the server gets wiped in the future, will property owners of properties purchased via the forum still keep their property?
I think that's a bit late now. I think that we're an other day question.
Yeah, that was obviously it happens. Occasionally we've wiped the server. Maybe the economy's like absolutely screwed the server. Someone's managed to find a big old exploit and they've handed out for say like $40 million or something. They're rolling around with Armour 4 on like 4 of the cars or something like that. These are all examples of things that have happened, which is why we've reset the economy again. I mean, going into a whitelist, we should be able to trust everyone in there not to do the exploiting, or attempted to do it. So hopefully we won't see any of that. But yeah, every time that the server becomes a full reset, I mean, everything resets, properties, the lot. I know Mini's still keen on bringing in properties where you'll be able to store stuff, so you'll be able to buy a house in the server and you'll be able to store stuff within the house. So yeah, hopefully that'll come in the near future. If you do want to buy houses and that, again, the forums are still open to do that. Feel free to bid in there, and if it comes around that the properties come in and we're not going to reset the economy, then by all means we will make sure that you've got the money to purchase that house. Absolutely, I'll make sure that money's in your hands so you can go and buy it. If someone else decides they're going to buy it, we'll just take it off them and give it back to you. 100% if you've bought it, then you've bought it. But if a server gets wiped, we have a complete restart, then everything gone, cars, property, money, everything. I mean, the only thing you can keep is that you know people. Why should we reset our mind? Realistically, yeah. I think I nailed that one, right?
yeah.
2 today. Doing pretty well. I'm gonna let Cyril answer this next one. I'll ask him.
What's up?
I'm gonna let Cyril answer this one, alright? And then me and Ash will probably give it a crack straight after. What will happen if the whitelist server fails?
It's flicker a switch, man. If it all goes wrong, you've got flicker a switch and we're back open again and we can accept public. Personally, I don't think it will, man. I've got good feelings about it. I think if we carry on doing what we're doing, a good role play, today's been good. I've heard cops praising everybody today, saying it hasn't been absolutely nastiness. People have been doing this, people have been doing that. We've had full day most at day today and a queue with people waiting to get in. more people that keep coming in, more people that keep telling each other, and as people are saying in chat already, there's been more role play today than there's been all time, and it's amazing. Doing this and us lot streaming is an answer to another question of how is it being advertised. There's loads of us streaming on this server all the time.
Yeah.
Is the answers to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'll see in this morning, I mean, anyone that was up and around for it, we took the server down. I think it was down 40 minutes in the end. Took it down when I managed to get hold of Mini just after the hour. Had the server down for a couple of updates and a couple of things we wanted to change, wiping the database, all these sort of things. They do take a little bit of time to do so. I mean, 40 minutes and we literally had the whitelist server active. So yeah, if it is to fail, I mean we've got realistic levels in our heads and we're going to review it weekly. I've said to the whole of the staff team, I'm very keen. Have a community admin and senior admin meeting every week at the men. Just literally stay on top of where we're going. Even every day, just getting together as much as we can and making sure we're pushing in the right direction and trying to nail problems before they become problems. We're full-heartedly trying to hit it to succeed. So the hardest thing, like Ryder's just said, we'll be keeping on top of the whitelist apps. I had a quick look before we started stream. I think it was up at 23. I'll have a quick look right now. See how many we got waiting. 25. So it's gone up 3. Gone up 2 just in the time we've been streaming.
I finish work early tomorrow. I'll nuke some of them off. I'll get
26 now. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, as long as these people that we're whitelisting, I mean, out of that 25, I say probably 7 or 8 of them will probably get whitelisted. I mean, the others will be go back to the drawing board, put another application in. What we're looking for in an application off you guys is, first and foremost, we want to see creativity. I had a application the other day, and it was almost spotless from start to finish. They were huge. It was like,
put it up.
I can't really post it to anywhere. I mean,
if you can put it on your screen here, just go to the forum post.
If I had my display capture.
Oh, you like.
But yeah, I'll grab it and we'll have a quick look at it towards the end. But definitely, I mean, it had so much detail and it was unreal. It was amazing. It was like the taxi ride led into the next one. The taxi journey all of a sudden became the police stop, and it was like, what the hell? It actually left me wanting more. I wanted to read more about what this person could do. So I mean, straight away he got rewarded with a higher priority into lists, and we'll see how he goes in the server. So there's always reward for people putting effort in. But then we get the complete flip where I've had to put onto people's applications. I think I've spent more time designing this application than you did filling it out. I mean, so there's the two extremes. All we want is somewhere in the middle. We want decent applications that are showing your creativity, understanding. We're not just looking for. I'd stop, wind down my window, say, "Hey, officer," and then it's bad. Or no one's spent any time thinking. So yeah. I remember these next jobs. Who wants to answer?
I will.
Go on.
Go for it, Ash.
I'm going to answer this in 2 ways.
I'm going to sort out my display capture while we're at it.
The first part is going to be the staff member Ash senior admin answer. The second answer is going to be the human being Ash answer. So, answer 1. What's stopping you now? Heavens above, we added sexual emotes to the server, so you can do that part. heavens above, there are people that are likely willing to pay for you to perform said emotes on said person. I don't quite understand why we would need an official job. Like, how would that even work? Like, are you saying you want people to go up to NPCs and emote on them? I don't get it. I don't see why we'd need to implement some sort of features other than the fact that we have the sex emotes in already. So you can do that. There's literally nothing stopping you. And now that we're on whitelist, I expect you to do that. So I don't think we plan on adding a prostitute job, but I mean, the options there. I mean, you have the emotes, and there are obviously people that are willing. Answer B to that question is, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, of all the characters you want to be, why? What? I mean, I get it. You know, there's just better ways to, you know, put across your sexual feelings that isn't prostituting on GTA 5 RP. But I mean, I'm not one to judge, really. Just there are methods which you can do the job now. So I expect you to do that if you want to do it. I don't think we're going to add any additional mechanics that you can actually use sex as a way of earning money than we already have. So I think that's the simple answer to that question.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're not gonna add an official job. I mean, if you want to go out an RP as a hooker, I mean, feel free. It's there, in it. RP, guys. Yeah. Just yeah.
I think this leads into the next question as well, doesn't it?
Perfectly leads in. That's why I put them all together, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Can we get stripping as an official job for the hen house? What's that even mean? Like, do you want us to implement a mechanic where you take pieces of clothing off? I don't get it. There's already the stripping emotes. You can go into the hen house and start stripping all you want. I don't think Mini is gonna spend his time developing a mechanic so you can take off pieces of clothing. No.
I mean, we've kind of got mechanics that take clothing off. It's called the clothing store.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you want to, there are specific models that allow you to get down to the nude. So, you know, you could do that. And obviously, you could also use the stripping emotes that we already have in place. You know, put an advertisement out. Oh, my name's Foxy Rose or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't strip your names. I'm stripping at the hen house. Come down, give me some cash. You know, you gotta RP it. I don't know why you need an official job for that. Is this the same person asked the both these questions?
I'm gonna guess it is. I mean, it was an anonymous question, so
fair enough.
Can you can you add marriage into the server officially? Legal documentation. Something I'm personally developing at the minute is a legal system into the server. What's going to come live this week is a bar test for legally registered lawyers. So once we got lawyers in, I'm going to be hunting for some judges to take office. I mean, a judge can officially marry someone and sign the papers, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, so I mean, why not?
Yep.
I mean, we're going to put a legal system in, you know, book your judge, book your date, get in touch with one of the judges, and yeah, sure, we can put it on the forum.
People have married on the server before.
Yeah, so we can put it on the forum, and it can be all legal, or you can have someone that you want to be legally ordained or something. I mean, we can do that within the court system. I mean, we can definitely build that into an RP scene. They can come down, they can get the license to marry you in XYZ location at a certain date or whatever. I mean, we can do that. Definitely. Loot for judge, not a fucking chance.
I for one welcome our newest RP character from Cyril, Priest O'Toole.
Hell no, Seamus, as always.
It's
Seamus
Dave.
O'Toole.
Dave, fucking Reverend Dave, man.
He was the Reverend, weren't he?
Yeah. So long.
In any case, Cyril will be your first Reverend / priest / person to get married through. So
strange.
definitely
guy.
contact him.
Yeah. I like this question. I mean, this is probably the best question that's been asked in a long since we've been doing the Q&A. Where do you see the server in 6 months' time? I mean, Cyril, do you want to take first stab at it? I mean, if we go through the room, we've even got Monkey in here that can have a go as well.
I mean, it's easy for me. It's wherever you guys take it. I'm just one person and I can do my best. That's all I can do. It's up to everybody in this room where I can see his name flashing up here that's all part of our server. It's all up to you guys to take it to right places. I can only help get it there.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah. Monkey, are you with us or?
One sec, I'm just typing something.
Oh, I'm just
something about 6 months whitelist or something. Where do you see the server? Or
Yeah,
something?
where do you see the server in 6 months' time?
If everyone puts in work, it'll be even better than it is now.
Okay.
Well,
a
no
man of
shit,
few words.
Sherlock.
A
Yeah,
man
that
of
is
few
how
words.
progress works. Yeah, I appreciate it, Monkey. Thanks for giving me the Google definition of progress.
Cheers for
Okay.
googling that real quick.
I didn't Google anything.
I mean, Marcus has fucking got a goggle bitch here. Sure. Worst answer ever. Yeah. MVP. Yeah. Monkey. Someone please clip his fucking answer for most retarded question ever. With answer. Okay, go on, Ash.
That's a very good question. I think it entirely depends on the development of people's RP levels. Currently, I, for one, I wouldn't say hypercritical of people's RP, but I find that most people aren't really role playing a character as much as just playing themselves in a 5M server. So if people actually do start developing characters and get involved in storylines and actually have interesting tweaks that aren't just it's me if I were to be a criminal madman in a GTA game. If that continues to happen, and I've already seen a couple people doing that. I mean, I've seen a unicorn man run about who's
wake up.
definitely weird. We got involved with some sort of drunk hippie / weed dealer man today who got beat up by a man who has many disabilities. So, I mean, if people continue to develop actual characters and improve their RP levels, then we absolutely have the room to grow. I don't think it necessarily comes down to what mechanics and stuff we have in the server because I think they're wholly irrelevant. You can RP with a base GTA 5 game. I mean, you could RP with just a brand fresh 5M server. I don't think it necessarily matters what mechanics you have. Certainly they help, but assuming that everyone keeps developing their characters and improve themselves, I mean, we absolutely have huge rooms to grow, and we have been seeing that. And hopefully, with the whitelist, 6 months down the line, we can say this is definitely we're in a better place. I don't think there's any easy way to say what do I see in 6 months' time because I don't think there is an answer to that one. It depends on how people take it and how people continue to play. But I would like to see the server still up and running if that answers the question. But who knows? Who knows? The server. I would like to see the server still alive and well. That's my answer.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a shot as well. I mean, 6 months' time, where do I see it? I see it still running. After, I mean, I'll hold my judgment still. I mean, on the where we'll be, will we still be whitelisted? Will it be public? I'm really hopeful that we will be still whitelisted. If the RP stays at the levels it's currently at, like today, I mean, then yeah, we'll still be whitelisted. But the RP, as Ash was saying, it still needs to grow. It still needs to develop. I mean, me and Ash have run around. I mean, I didn't even plan on RPing with Ash today. I seen him come in, set his admin group, and then I was like, okay, Ash is about somewhere. Randomly, I was in a store because someone had been shot, and he was lying on the floor, and I was like, I'd walked in as someone had ran out. So I was there as Michael Fiddlesticks trying to help this man, and calling 911, and then all of a sudden some goofy looking hunchback guy comes in that you look at and you're like, God, this guy's going to be allergic to the world. And then it speaks, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Ash. I was like, I'm not even planning on RPing. All right, cool. We'll see where this goes. So we sort of developed sort of a relationship. I led him astray a little bit. He was so naive. He came and did weed with me. We ended up getting in a fight with some homeless guy.
That I have asthma. I have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, asthenia, some small degree of lung cancer, severe acute respiratory syndrome, and I also have a lung conditions health center. That isn't a lung condition. Google what the fuck.
But yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, this is what we're both trying to say is we want people to develop characters. I mean, obviously, I've got Michael Fiddlesticks. Cyril's got Shameless O'Toole. Ash has got his
Do you want me to list
brand
every
new
one of
one.
my characters?
He's got Johnny Wong. Tommy Wong. He's got all sorts.
Yeah,
Ash is
Tommy
just like, I mean, the list of Ash's characters just goes on. I mean, when he's being lazy and boring, he comes in and he's like, I'm Ash, or Senior Deputy Ash or Walker. I mean, but that was one of his early characters. So yeah. I mean, yeah.
Major Crimes Unit or F Unit?
Major Crimes Unit. I mean, I honestly see the economy and the player base growing. I mean, with the amount of whitelist applications that have come in again today, it obviously shows people are interested and want to stay in the community. So we'll do our best from an admin point of view to get through them and invite more people in. But the only way that the place is going to succeed, as Cyril rightly said, is every single one of you in here play as much of a part in the server's development as the rest of us. I mean, we're just at the head of the train and trying to lead it forward. But you're the guys that actually have the input. I mean, if your RP's shit, you drive people away. It doesn't matter what Mini puts in, what Tim puts in, what rules we change as an admin team. I mean, that's primarily the progression and where the server is in 6 months lies with every single one of us that plays on the server. So, I mean, it's just a massive area that we all need to step our game up and make characters. We've got Trevor, who's, I don't know, he's fucking Trevor. We've got Bert in there, he's a crazy biker. He's always played Bert, but I mean, we all see that maybe as an extension of him now, but that is a character within the server now. There's been other characters within the past, but yeah, hopefully more people will take on board what we've all done. I mean, Ryder's got fucking loads as well. Keep missing him. He's got his Gandalf and stuff like that. Yeah, there's people with characters that aren't just an extension of themselves. It completely changes the person they are. Becomes something new. I mean, that's what we all need to do. So anyone that's there listening, thinking, yeah, okay, I've been a bit lazy, let's book our ideas up and go forward and make, because we've got 3 characters. Why not make a new one? Why not make something that puts you out of your comfort zone maybe slightly and challenges you, do something different and new? Yeah, I mean, where do I see the server in 6 months succeeding? As long as you all take a challenge and try something new.
Up it. Just up everything. What you're doing, just do it more and better. Apart from the robbing everything fucking blind thing. Don't do that shit as much. There's so much stuff to do with these properties now that you can buy. Me and Jamie were talking about them earlier. When you own a property, what's saying that you've just got to use that property to sit there and hopefully get a bit of money out of it? Go along and do shit.
Yeah,
if you own garage, fucking get some repair kits, sit outside and do a deal with local tow truck driver to bring cars to you and repair them.
It was Freddie earlier, wasn't it, that we
yeah.
seen in the server advertising. He's obviously bought the pizza place and it's a shit job at times. I mean, you got to ride around on that Faggio. But he was advertising. He was like, hey, come and use my pizza place. Come and be a delivery driver. He was shouting for people in the server. He was putting adverts up, trying to get them to come and be delivery drivers. He was promoting his business that he's bought. So yeah, I mean, let's do that. Let's try and promote businesses that you're using. Don't just buy a
Yeah.
business because it's going to sit and generate you some cash. I mean, if you can genuinely use it and promote it yourself, I mean, like as someone that's a tow truck driver, it makes perfect sense owning the tow yard. Someone that's using the taxi service and like going out every day and doing all that sort of stuff. I mean, by all means, buy the taxi rank. But don't just go out and buy somewhere because you're like, I just want to make money off it. I want to sit and basically AFK money. I mean, that's not the idea of the properties. The idea of the properties is to enhance RP as well as give you a little bit of extra cash to go with it. So yeah,
You'll have more power to keep the server alive than the staff team does. We can do our best to hold the pieces together, but it comes down to the player base.
so yeah. I mean, that's it. It is. It's all of us. Everyone is responsible. Let's go together. Let's go forward. This adventure for the second time for some of us, but we can make it work, guys. Sure. Right, we got a few dev questions come in. I was lucky enough to catch Minnie somehow today. I mean, I honestly don't know how I managed to catch him online. But he's kindly come onto the document we've got, and he's posted his answers to these questions for the dev side. So we'll just read them off, and we'll maybe try and expand on his answers a little bit because they're about as, I don't know, a little finger. We're lucky.
He likes to flick. He likes to, get point over and done with us, Minnie, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we just need to add a couple of words like replay to expand out our vocabulary. Okay, I'm not doing the mini impressions again. I mean, Jesus, that was last time. Ash does the best ones, actually. To be fair.
Alright, you can't put me on the spot like that.
I mean, all right, let's do it. So yeah, we're going to welcome Minnie to the chat right now. Okay, hi there, Minnie Ash. I'm just going to ask you a couple of dev questions. Can the possibility of having own vehicles for jobs be an option? For example, upgrading engines of like frigid trucks.
Lol, what? Maybe if a new sign, lol, we'll see, dude. You never know in this world, bro.
Alright, Minnie.
That is
what
the
was
answer,
that, mate?
by the way. Sorry, dude. Lol, what? Maybe for a new sign, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that is the answer. It is that short. I mean, I basically think what Minnie's trying to say is, if you want to do like an Uber or something, yeah, sure, use your own car. I don't think he's got any aspect of you being able to own your own vehicles like your trucks and go and do the truck job. More because it starts to put other things at a disadvantage, I'm guessing. Why am I getting tagged in shit now?
I don't know, bro. Maybe for Uber or something, but apart from that, bro, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, bruh, don't you think it'd be lit?
Nah, bro, dude, what the fuck?
Reap. Alright, so yeah, we get that one out of the way. You guys have Ebby idea how long until we move back to Santos, and how long until the player servers are available? The 64 player servers are available.
Bro, I hadn't really thought much on that point, bro, but I think we should not move, but wait until 64 players are available, Yeah, open map up to spawning anywhere, adding the missing shops, and things like that, bro,
Alright, so what you're trying to tell me is we're waiting for 64 players and then you'll add a load more shit that we're already missing.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Alright, do you know when?
Bro, that's a good question, yeah, yeah.
Alright. So yeah, I mean we're gonna expand the map when we hit 64 players. Again, we come back to the saying of how long's a piece of string. I mean, as soon as 5M give us the 64 player server, then we'll push at it. Moving back to Los Santos, we covered it earlier. As soon as the RP level gets to where we want it to be, absolutely, we'll take it back down to Los Santos. We'll try it down there again. Hopefully, people will run into each other. The sort of like saving grace of being up in Polito for a little bit is we can make some friendships, some bonds, some relationships within the server with people, and then hopefully the RP when we hit Los Santos again will just evolve again, because the people will already know each other and have relationships that they can expand on when they get back down there, instead of everyone like driving around like where the fuck is anyone. The best part of 3 hours, which obviously we want to avoid. But yeah, I mean, 64 player hits, then we realistically want to open the map and not have anywhere that's restricted. I mean, we want to be playing in Polito, Sandy, Alice, anywhere that suits your character. The RP can be moved wherever you need it. So yeah. Okay, obviously this come from the it must have come from our fucking prostitute stripper enthusiast. Okay.
Someone's interested.
Someone really wants to RP as a hooker. Okay. Alright, Mini bruh. Can we get the in-car prostitute emotes, please? The shag emotes are nice, but impractical. But the prostitute car emotes could actually get some decent use, you know, bruh. Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3.
Not again with these questions, though. Damn. Take it easy. Maybe in the future you'll see those in, but like currently, I have more important things on my mind, like getting a functioning housing system. Maybe I did a few more jobs. You know, I don't really have the effort to make in-car prostitute emotes, but maybe in the future. But you gotta tone it down a bit, you know, bro. Like lit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Minnie on this. Like, again, these questions. I mean, every time we add something new to the server, it's always like, I mean, you give someone a tuna sandwich and they're like, it's got no fucking salad on. I mean, I want salad on this now. I mean, everyone wants a little bit more every time. We understand everyone wants that, but I mean, sometimes you just got to be a little bit grateful for a little while. I mean, it's like the EMS with fucking new ambulances. They drive me mad every week. Can I have a new ambulance? I put them a new ambulance in, and about 2 days later, someone puts in the chat, wouldn't it be nice to have a new ambulance? I'm like, I'm going to delete their fucking chat in a minute. But I mean, that it happens. I know Ribka's going to fucking explode in a minute. But yeah, it's like, I mean, be grateful for what we've put in. By all means, put it in as a suggestion, but I mean, it's not a high priority. A couple of extra emotes, it really isn't. High priorities are obviously like fixing our glitches that are in there. There's a couple of bugs we've got that need working out, and adding property stuff and that. It's all stuff that we want to get in there. I've just read the third question in others, and it's made me chuckle a lot.
Well, we'll get that. Spoilers. We'll move on.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
So
Jamie.
Jamie.
Before we go through that, I mean, I'm just going to drop up this application for the taxi.
For the Axie?
The taxi.
Are we reenacting? Oh, right. I thought you said the Axis. I thought we were reenacting World War II for a second.
Let me just highlight it because my fucking... to read. Let's go to the vote thing. Yeah. I'll drop my display capture on him in. Just have a read of the this bit here. It's the chicken question off this guy. You find yourself in the back of a taxi with a chicken, expressing your own words how you may have ended up in this scenario and what happens next. I mean, Jesus, the way this guy goes into it's amazing. The night was coming to an end, and it was time to head home from a long day of chief executive chief executive officer, SSC. My driver ends up calling out sick, so a taxi was on the way. Was the only way home. Upon getting in the taxi, I noticed a chicken sat on the seat next to me. I looked away, thinking I must be tired and going insane. As we started driving, I looked over again, and the chicken was still there. I couldn't help but notice how good it was how good it would look in a custom hemp suit. In the past, I contemplated the idea of starting a new line of hemp clothing for animals. Given that there was a chicken sitting by itself in a taxi, I decided to grab it and stuff it in my hemp suitcase. Once I got home, I opened my suitcase and took the chicken out. I brought it down to my hemp clothing lab in the basement and immediately started sketches of a new suit for this chicken. Once the drawings were done, it was time to start putting it together. I used a portion of my fortune from the company to design robots that manufactured the clothing I designed. The same robots were the very ones my company uses at its factories. In fact, I'm the only person who works there. One person and 1,000 of robots making Monterey. Anyway, I had a few of these robots at home, and I called them out to craft me the chicken's new hemp suit. It was done immediately. Go robot labor. And it was time to have the chicken try it on. It was a perfect fit. Chicken was looking pimp. Chicken seemed pretty happy and decent, and decided to follow me around forever. I got a new pet. I took the chicken everywhere with me, to work, to the bar, to the strip clubs, to my mum's, everywhere. And everyone thought the hemp chicken suit looked sharp. That right there made the whole animal clothing line in my company explode. Everyone wanted their animals dressed in my company's clothing at that point. Everyone and the animals in Los Santos were wearing SCC hemp clothing. I'm proud of my achievements. Meeting the chicken on the taxi opened the door to a whole new rich level. I mean, that sort of just says straight away, it sings things, doesn't it? I mean, it says...
Like, you're pretty much reading that and going, yep, you're coming into our server.
Well, that was it. I was like, as I was reading it, I was just like, man, I want to see what this guy can actually do in RP. Never mind what he's just fucking writing. I'm like, shit. That was what I was thinking the whole time I read that. I mean, as soon as I read that, I posted it into this community admin chat and said, guys, read this. It was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, it's just such a story. I mean, it's so minimalistic, the information I give in that question. It's, you're in a taxi basically with a chicken. How the fuck did you get there and what's happened next? I mean, that guy's grabbed that question and absolutely nailed it. That's what we were sort of going back to with applications, is that's what we're looking for. BCSO applications, EMS applications, everything. Your character background should be as in-depth as stuff like that. It should be telling a story. So yeah, that's what we want to see. Even if it takes us like 20 minutes to review each one because it's that good, I mean, it's worthwhile. So yeah. Okay. So if we move on to the other questions then, I'll let Ash fly through these if he wants.
Sure. Okay. How hard do you reckon it would be to add vehicle deterioration, like making the transmissions practically have issues spinning the wheels, as well as failing electronics, like your lights and radio turning on and off repeatedly to drive you insane? Well, that's a good question. It entirely depends on how difficult it would be to develop something like that. I mean, there is realistic vehicle mechanic mods out there. I don't know if they include the lights and radios turning on and off and the wheels spinning out. It's more so like the damage of vehicles being dented and things like that. It's definitely something we have always been interested in looking at, but it's finding one that works and functions with our server and doesn't heavily impact our current systems. So I think it's as hard as it is. Like, and by that I mean I don't think there's an answer to that question, because A, I'm not a developer, and B, I'm not Mini Punch, so I don't know, his absolute level of developing or whatnot. So there isn't really an answer to that one, but we are interested in getting some more in-depth vehicle destruction capabilities and how they function when they're not working properly. So yeah, that's kind of where we are on the deterioration of vehicles and that such. The next one, is there going to be more cars models or even gun models? If we can find more vehicle models that don't look ridiculous and function again with our system, Absolutely. I'm going to reverse that question and say I don't see what impact that has on RP levels, but we are going to. I believe Mini is still looking around for more vehicles to add. I mean, we're slowly adding in new models. It's a two-headed sword, really, because the more models that we add in, the longer it takes to load the server, and the more the performance of the game deteriorates. I mean, before, when no one else was here, well, Jamie was here
Yeah, I
probably,
was
and
here
there's a
for
couple
that,
people
yeah.
in chat that was. We had pretty much every vehicle was custom, and the game was consistently lagging. There was a ridiculous amount of broken vehicles. There was a Jaguar we had where if you tried to take down the hood of the roof, it flew you into the fucking sky at like 200,000 miles per hour. You just went
It
to the
was
fucking
hilarious.
moon.
You could just stand on the
So
bonnet and it'd flick you everywhere.
exactly, you just go flying. So we will slowly add more vehicles probably. Oh yeah, Logan was there as well. Yeah. The worst part about that Jaguar is because it was a really nice car, but yeah, as soon as you press that H button, you weren't coming back down.
Boom, you're
So
halfway
we
to the moon.
we are looking at slowly adding more and more vehicles, but it comes down to how much they impact the performance of the server, and how much they impact the loading times are the main points. As for the gun stuff, I mean, it would be nice to have, I guess, but I don't think they're any of our priorities at all, because I don't see what modifying guns would affect roleplay in any way. In fact, I would argue that it might even deteriorate from roleplay, because more people would be inclined to buy guns and shoot them,
Yeah.
especially if we add them in. So it is something that if we find them functioning and if we deem it appropriate, we will add, but it's not on our radar, and it's not really high priority when it comes to gun models. I think that much is certain. So the third question is, and I will put full emotion into this point. Fuck the economy. Get mod menus, and that's your economy.
This is what that broke me up.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, Mr. Question Asker. One, do you understand the definition of an economy? Because what you're implying there is not an economy whatsoever. In fact, it's the opposite of an economy. And the second question is no, because development time has been put into developing a economy, and I think to some extent it has the opportunity to enhance roleplay, given the fact that money does seem to cause people to want to get involved with certain RP scenarios. I mean, people won't really be interested in holding hostages if they can't get any cash out of it, and it gives an incentive to do those things. So absolutely not. I don't know if you've ever joined a mod menu server, but they're a complete fucking mess because people just do stupid shit, and we are not going to put our staff team through that, having to deal with those idiots when we had enough of them to deal with. Now that we're in a whitelist, it's less of an issue. But no, that ain't gonna happen, I'm afraid. Love you lots,
no.
but go away.
Absolutely
Next
no
question.
fucking chance.
I think civilians need to make scenarios for cops and EMS. This isn't really a question as much as a suggestion. Absolutely, I would agree to some extent. But you'd also need to be careful that it isn't becoming a situation where you're forcing unnecessary RP scenarios. It needs to be organic and in a way that doesn't force people to be doing things that don't make logical sense. You need to make sure we're not falling down the line of cop baiting and fail RP. It's a very thin line of making scenarios. So long as those scenarios are realistic and organic, then there isn't an issue, and I absolutely agree. But we need to make sure that it isn't of a level whereby it's just being a nuisance because it's a nuisance. And what in the fuck?
Tim's just put Pokey into my chat. But Rimka posted in the middle of it like an asshole.
So yeah, that's my answer to that one. It isn't really a question, but if you want to do scenarios for cops, make sure it isn't cop bang, make sure it isn't fail RP, and make sure it's organic. That's the 3 key points to that. Next one is, can we please get CHP outfits? We have a CHP car, but no outfits. What's CHP?
California Highway Patrol.
Ah, right, fantastic, thank you. No. Next question. When are you gonna fix that goddamn character creation thing?
Tim?
When it gets fixed. What do you want to say? Again, how long is a piece of string? Like it depends entirely on what's causing the bug. If Tim or Minnie can figure out what the bug is actually caused by, how to work around the bug, if it's something you need to remove, there's so many different points to that question that there isn't a simple solution. And as much as I think everyone would love there to be, we can't just say we'll fix it. We're definitely looking at fixing it, and absolutely it's an issue for people who want to have more than one character. But as of right now, we don't really have an answer to that one because we don't know. Does anyone else want to input on that point, or we good?
I think we're good. I mean, the only one I wanted to really input was people that are trying to make situations for the cops and EMS. I mean, situations for anyone. Just be cautious. I mean, I handed out a 2-hour temp ban today for someone that broke rules. I mean, it won't be a kick anymore. It will be you're sitting out for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, something like that. I mean, it isn't going to be you kick, go to the back of the fucking queue. It's going to be, here's a fucking ban. It'll only be temporary, but here's a ban. You ain't coming back in the server for 2 hours, no matter how long you sit in the queue for. And then your queue will start when your ban's up. So, I mean, guys, make sure that your fucking RP's on point, and you're not doing dumbass shit. Or I've got no qualms, and I've told the whole of the staff team that that's the way we're going to deal with it. So, yeah, expect to notice people missing for hours if they're caught breaking the rules. That being said, though, don't be using the report system in game anymore for that sort of shit. You'll just be pointed towards the forum by the staff team if they're doing the job properly. Put it into the forum. We'll deal with it from there, and we'll deal with it all. We'll deal with every report we get in the forums. If someone needs a couple hours sitting out, then we'll get them a couple of hours sitting out the next time they hit the server. I think that's as fair as it can go. Really, we don't want to be we don't want anyone breaking character in the server. That goes from the staff team all the way through to the newest member of the whitelist. I mean, we just don't want it anymore. That's the
I think we're going to be a lot harsher on people that we're expecting a higher quality of roleplay, and if you aren't up to that standard, then we will have to go down those avenues, because if we lower the standard for one person, other people are going to be lowering their standards, and it's going to come back to the point where we're not developing our characters, we're not developing our RP, and it's going to impact the whitelist server if it's going to get lower level. If it gets to a point where what's the point of having whitelists if people are going to be playing the same, then obviously it's an issue. So we're going to be severe on that stuff, and we expect people to up their levels on that. Right, are there any more questions in chat, or are we?
These bottom ones that I've just dropped on.
You got some more? Fantastic.
These are ones that dropped in the chat thing.
So this question is to the dev team. Will we ever see a system where you call 911 and it patches you through to an officer who you can talk to on the phone? Very likely not, because that isn't realistic in any way. When you call 911, you're not getting straight through for an officer. You're going through to the dispatch offices, who then transfer to officers on their end. If at some stage we get to a point where we're having dispatchers, then potentially. Currently right now we have it's a weird situation whereby you call 911 and obviously an officer can dispatch to you. So technically speaking, you could already do that, but I don't like the idea of having direct contact with an officer, especially given the fact that there are so many, and it's just a case of I don't see why that would be realistic in any way. So
yeah, definitely if we get a dispatcher, then going down the lines of having you go straight through to them but not an officer. By all means, put your phone number into the 911 call. Whoever picks it up might decide to give you a call if it's a less severe crime and take a statement over the phone. That's always potential. But that's down to you putting your phone number into the 911 call.
Just on one of the questions just dumped into chat, Jamie, from that Michael motorcycle guy. We answered that earlier, man.
Which one was that? I mean, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess he wasn't there. So the short answer to that one, Michael, is if they're doing that, you need to let at first Cyril, Marcus know, or any of the command staff know that the members of the BCSO are power gaming.
No.
Because that is power gaming. That's mostly what we're gonna do. I mean, if it's gonna come an issue where they're doing it in such a state where they can't learn from their mistakes in the BCSO, then we will have to obviously look into removing them from whitelist because it is power gaming. There isn't a mechanic in game to look at security cameras or sees or you saw both men. You know, like it just doesn't work like that. Whenever we've had it with me, Jamie, or anyone else, we've challenged that shit because it doesn't work. You can't power game people. It's just not fair. So that's power gaming. It needs to be brought down to the avenues of a potential staff issue. But I would like to see you first make a complaint and let Marcus, Cyril, or any of the command staff know that that's happening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, use the !! complaint by all means in the Discord. Any BCSO stuff will get passed on to Marcus, Cyril, myself, and Ash. I mean, there's Ryder as well, Luke. We very much all sit in a chat together and we talk about them. So, yeah, we will act upon anything that you report in there. The only people that see the complaints that get put in, I mean, if you are worried about people are going to ban you or something for it, no one's going to ban you for it. The only people that see that complaint form at the minute is myself, Minnie, Ash, and Tim. There isn't anyone else that sees that form. So yeah, you're under no risk from being banned. I mean, Ash won't ban you, Tim definitely won't ban you, and Minnie, I don't even think looks at the form, so I mean, he won't ban you. Even if it's against one of us, we still wouldn't ban you. I mean, you've got a right to your opinion, so by all means, please express it. Yeah, any sheriff related, EMS related, go to the right departments, and then it's actioned. Don't just get like fucking DMing the whole of the command staff team or tagging us all, because it just gets in when your Discord's just pinging all day.
Michael, can I ask you to reiterate your point? So we're not going to be able to trust players with it all being whitelisted. You'd think that we're not here to make money, but to RP. I don't quite know what you're getting at. Are you saying that we can't trust the players who are reporting people power gaming, or I just don't understand what context that has? If he's still here.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we'll answer the next one
yeah.
and we'll wait for him to reply. Yeah?
Will gas prices be adjusted? Absolutely. If we'd clicked in, we sat down and did the economy pricing last night. Me, Cyril, Blackie, Trevor, Ryan, Ryder. I mean, we sat down, we did it last night. I nearly forgot he was with us. I mean, he was that quiet and involved in putting Viagra and shit in the fucking store. Weird bastards, some of you. But yeah, absolutely, the gas price needs lowering. It was just something we looked over and missed through all the excitement and actually what a laugh we were having adjusting stuff. So yeah, did he come back with his answer or question?
Yeah, he's put it there. He's not going to lie just to get some money. If the RP entitles me to be jailed when the security cams are looking at me, then I will RP us so. That's nice that you do that. Not everybody will, and you're quite within your rights as a cop. If you're to, you can't claim that because there's no evidence. There is nothing that you can show to say that that's the case, that you robbed the store. And people will play on that, and whatever they do, that's the cards were dealt with. It's power gaming. You can't use something that you can't physically see.
Yeah, I mean, if someone ever challenged it as a court case, if I was sitting on as the judge on that court case, I mean, I'd absolutely throw the thing fucking wide out the door and tell them that they were compensating the person that's just been fucking jailed incorrectly because they had no evidence, because the only evidence they were trying to use was a fictional video that they couldn't present in a court. Evidence is evidence. It's got to be black and white, straight down the border until it's acted upon. I mean, the most they could probably get you for there, if you weren't presenting who it was, is probably aiding and abet or something like that.
Yeah, I think you seem to be missing the point, Michael. We're saying the cop should not be at all /me looks camera. So if that is happening, you need to report them. You need to let staff know that that's happening. Right. So if they do that, and I mean, if you want to put in the effort to RP that out as a case, I mean, all credit to you, but that is power gaming. And technically speaking, you going /me robs store or /me doesn't rob store is also technically power gaming, but not in the same light. But in general, no one should be doing the /me looks at camera because you can't look at the camera.
Yeah,
It'd be like me saying /me murders someone across map. They're gonna have to die.
/me takes all of Ash's money out of his bank without him being there. Brilliant. I've just emptied Ash's bank account. I mean, it's power gaming.
/me produces lawyer certificate.
I mean, you should be able to do that soon, alright? Fuck you, Cyril. Fucking hate you.
Nah, lawyer card. Lawyer card is the
Lawyer
good
card.
Lawyer card. There's my lawyer card. That means I'm a lawyer. Yeah, of course it does.
Wait, this is a McDonald's fucking food voucher. What are you giving me this shit for?
Yeah, so in short, /me looks at cameras, power gaming, and needs to be done in such a way. I would prefer it if it wasn't reported in game, but honestly, like if you feel like there's no way out of an RP scenario and they are power gaming, I would like to say that we'd welcome it to some extent. Obviously, don't do it all the time, but if it's a scenario where you're being power gamed and there is no way out of it for you in a fair sense, then you do the report, but obviously hold off on that if you can and RP out as normal and then make a report on the forum if possible. But it's not fair for the player to be power gamed by the police and not have to do anything about it. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, use the report if it's there. I mean, the admins then have got the honesty, the options. When they read your report, be like, no, I don't need to deal with that, or yeah, okay, maybe I need to step into that. We don't want to have to do that as an admin team. We want to deal with everything out of game now. But if it absolutely has to be stepped into, will. So yeah.
I would rather deal with, someone power gaming in a position of trust needs to be dealt with, absolutely. And as an officer of the law, you are in a position of trust. You're being trusted by your command staff. You're being trusted with a very important role on the server by the staff team. So if someone is abusing that trust and not understanding what they're doing wrong, then we need to step in. So
yeah. So yeah, I think we've nailed Michael's question. Death. Okay. Will there be any new activities besides weeds, meth, postal, etc.? There's pizza job. I think Marcus at the minute was changing a job around for cocaine. We spoke about putting a mining type job in. I mean, they're all going to be very similar. The jobs we actually want to sort of bring in and encourage are more RP based. I mean, it's more stuff like your taxi and your tow jobs, stuff where you're on a one-to-one interaction. I mean, maybe like a store clerk or something in a 24/7.
You want to be careful, Larry Marcus code.
I mean,
you do know.
I can't stop him. It's fucking Minnie, alright?
It's going to be adding checksums in there to see if it's a female character. If it is, it's not going to work unless they put the mobile number in.
or the Snapchat, right? Is it that?
Yeah, Marcus's current. I think it's exclamation mark Marcus.
Is it Marcus?
Marcus's current piece of code actually sends a picture of your current webcam image to his Snapchat. So if you're a woman, be on the lookout.
Yeah, that's Marcus's Snapchat. If anyone wants to send him some random pictures, anyway, for sure, feel free. So yeah, we're always developing and looking on the way forward. By all means, though, have a look at the Trello board, see if we've got it in there. If we haven't got a job that you think could be a good RP job, something along your taxi and tow lines, something that's going to make interaction, please drop it in the suggestions. It might be something that we've not thought of. So yeah, get it in there.
I would
Please.
recommend if you're going to do that, put it in the forum with a bit more detail
Yeah.
because it can get lost.
Oh, they
in
get
the
lost
Discord,
so quick in the Discord.
Oh, I'm not. I'm fully aware that it would be technically possible, Tim. I mean, anything's possible when you're coding. I need that like old thumbs up picture. Never mind. Anyway,
They do,
yeah, I know
it's just
possible.
it's just scripting when Tim does it, right?
Yeah, you're not a developer, really.
He's not even a developer, man. He just puts like bits of fucking Google code together. Do you reckon we can get him by?
A coder. We need to. Everyone, if you want to annoy Tim, don't call him a developer. He's a coder.
He's just a coder. Tim's just a coder, man. He has all these
Anyway.
sparkly names and that, and he's just a coder. I mean, he knows how to code some sparkly names.
Anyway.
So I want to take this last one. I mean, it's fucking epic, man. I've done enough reading.
Yeah, sure. Do I need to set the stone? Can we get some like atmospheric rain sounds or something for this?
I mean, I can put some music on or something. I don't think
I
I've got
was
any...
recently working for Go Postal and was dropping off a package at the Sandy Shores Ammunition. Unknown to me, there was a robbery going on inside. As I was plugging in my address to get home after a long shift, a police officer swerved in and asked me to park my vehicle, get out with my hands up, and face the vehicle. He then detained me and put me in the back of his car. After a situation broke out in which both people inside were killed, the officers accused me of being a part of it, even though I never stepped foot inside the store and just drove off outside the drop-off to shipment. They decided to take $5,000 off me and let me go. My question starts here. How are they illegally allowed to do this? What are my rights? They never saw me inside the store and only had seen me about to pull out of the parking lot to go home. On top of that, I complied with them to the I complied with them to the fullest and was respectful. What can I do next time? If there was no evidence of me being involved, literally none whatsoever, how can they do this? Sorry for the long question, just curious on my rights. Cyril, I would like you to take this one as you are the most senior command staff member here. I believe I know most of the answer, but I think you can provide more detail than I ever could. So
I'll answer that as Seamus O'Toole and say, get the fuck in touch with him. Literally, get in touch with Seamus O'Toole. He'll tear them a new arsehole. He'll get you your $5,000 and much more besides. Did you pay them $5,000? Did the ticket you $5,000? How did it work? Is what I would say to you. Seek a lawyer. You've been screwed.
Absolutely been screwed. Corrupt pigs, that was, man.
Your channel.
Oh, Marcus has decided to join us now.
Special guest, Marcus
What's that?
Hankerson.
They took $5,000 off me.
Wait, are you guys doing a Q&A?
Yes, Marcus.
I'm sorry.
Welcome, Marcus. Welcome to the
Special
Q&A.
guest, Marcus Hankerson.
And this is the fucking sheriff.
Hi.
Marcus, can you please go through your development process, coding process for your fellow coder, Modest Tim?
What do you mean?
Tim wants to know how
Are
you
you
script.
hiding in there? If it's a girl, is it sending in your Snapchat?
Well, Papa Pose is add me on Snapchat, man.
I mean, I don't know how he got your Snapchat.
He could probably roleplay as a female, so you're kind of in there.
Yeah, I'm really not sure how he got your Snapchat.
But about my what? What's going on? Who? What? About my coding?
Yeah, we'd like to know your coding process. Tim is a fellow coder, so we've just had questions for the development team, and you're now part of the development team. So what's your process when coding?
Oh, well, I'm not that good, but it's going good, to be honest. I'm almost done with adding, done with cocaine. That's one illegal shit. It's gonna be given to me in Monday, I think it's gonna be added.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going good, man. I'm not that good, but I'm still learning, you know.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Do you want to give some sneak peeks of what the new cocaine system's going to be like, or you know?
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Before Tim,
Don't wanna say anything,
before
okay.
Tim resigns, we just need to let everyone know it's Tim's birthday, so I'm gonna play him a special song. All right.
It is Tim's birthday.
It is Tim's birthday. All right. So
Happy birthday, Tim.
let's make sure Tim gets his happy birthday on stream. All right.
Dude, so many people add me on Snapchat. Michael Packard, right? Welcome to the team, bro.
I want everyone get your hands together. Wish Monster a happy birthday. Put it in the Discord. Make sure you go to Crypto 5 Best Crypto Cards and Crypto Cards.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
I'm actually gonna see if I can add, I'm gonna work on that.
There you go,
after the
Tim.
cocaine. It's gonna be. I'm not that good. I'm probably gonna ask Tim or Mini for help, but I'm thinking about see if I can get that mechanic, like a mechanic job.
User joined your channel.
Oh, here's Tim. Here's Tim for himself.
Special
Although
guest.
you're a troll.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tim. You're the best coder on the planet.
Alright, I'm gone.
Alright, I mean, honestly, I think we've had a good Q&A session again. I just want to thank everyone for coming along. We've obviously had a bit of fun again at the end. Had some ridiculously stupid questions throughout. As always, I mean, it's more fun that way. But yeah, no, seriously, you know, there's got to be credit for everyone. I mean, everyone stepped the game up just for this one day so far. I mean, it just must be for Tim and his birthday. So now let's.
Tim, I'd like your input on the prostitution question, if you don't mind going back to that. Are you going to be working on the prostitution job? Is that your plan of action?
I haven't worked on the server in a month and I have no intentions on working on it anytime soon until Mini fixes sloppy fucking code.
So, is that a no on the prostitution?
No.
Tim is not going to work on the prostitution job, guys. I hate to break it to you. No sleeping for money unless you're on a role play out. Diesel Gaming 707 wants to ask a question.
All right. I mean, we'll take one last one, okay? Just one.
Are you put, is that your? I forgot. Is that your Snapchat?
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, we need to add Tim's Snapchat to the command zone.
We'll just say Marcus accepts females. We'll just say what accepts, you know, what each person accepts. It's fine. We'll add it to the Snapchat command.
Could just add a Snapchat command. Add these people if you want to talk to someone.
For a second, I was confused what SC meant. Not even joking. What the fuck is SC? I was like, oh.
Yeah. We have been a little bit. Yeah. What's the temperature in the UK right now? I mean, last time I was outside, it was about 3 degrees, I think.
Do you mean it's
I don't
9
know.
degrees?
Is it warmer now? I mean, it's
Tim,
fucking cold,
Tim,
right?
ask Siri. I mean, ask Alexa.
But
I don't. Jamie, where do you live in the UK?
Stoke-on-Stench.
What
Just
the fuck
do
did
London.
you just say?
No
Stoke
one
on
knows what
Trent.
Stoke on
Alexa.
Trent is.
What's the weather in London?
Currently, in London, United Kingdom, it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies.
Get Fahrenheited, bitch. 48
Fahrenheit.
degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my god.
Special guest Alexa from Amazon.
Sponsored by Amazon.
I mean, technically, we all kind of are.
Technically, you affiliate.
Make
Affiliate.
sure if you have your Amazon Prime subscription, you
Yeah,
use
if you
it
guys
on
have your
the
Prime sub,
Jamie
use it on Jamie.
254 stream. You get the fantastic Jamie 254 thinking emote made by yours truly. If all the subscribers could spam the Jamie 254 thinking emote to promote Jamie's Prime subscription service. All 2 of you.
Oh fuck.
Hey, look, I can spam it myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there we go. I fucking one more than you, right?
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
glad to be back on Snapchat though.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, honestly, thanks a lot for turning up again tonight. I mean, there's some good questions. There's some shit questions as always. It always seems to go on for like 2 hours. Nowadays, this Q&A does. But hopefully, we've all had a good laugh along the way. So, yeah, we'll get another one for a month's time, and we'll go from there, eh? Have we got anyone in the server that's actually streaming right now?
I don't
let's
think
look
so.
at the fantastic stream section that Tim
To
made.
be honest, I accidentally stumbled upon the Q&A. It said you were playing Minecraft, so I was interested in watching that. But it was a Q&A instead, so I kind of got debated, but I stayed anyway.
I mean, Ash changed my thing pretty quick. But yeah. So yeah, no, thanks for coming along, everyone. And I'm sure we'll see you all soon. Well, get your fucking ass online, Ryder. I can keep them for like another couple of minutes, man.
And let me go to the streaming section on Discord.
Yeah, see if we got anyone. I mean, we might as well send people.
All right. I'll step up and stream.
Oh my god. You already
What,
see
no one wants to watch?
pixelated fucking shit.
Yeah, sorry, dude. That's gonna be a big no from me.
I was kidding, man.
Lols. Yeah, let's see if we got anyone in the stream section.
Need to get over that shit in that,
Nobody is.
Marcus.
No
Someone's
one's
playing
actually
H1.
streaming GTA. So
Yeah,
I guess
that's a mega lol from me.
I guess on that then, I mean, we'll just put some music on and let you all sit and filter out slowly. Unless, Cyril, you're getting your ass back onto stream? I mean, I presume not.
Hell no, I'm off to
You could just
bed
play
soon,
Minecraft.
mate.
I mean, we could just play Minecraft. No, I'm not streaming Minecraft tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Damn it. Okay.
Alright, guys, yep, I'll just leave you with a thank you and goodbye and good night. Happy birthday, Tim. Thanks for your hard work.
Happy birthday, dear Timothy. Happy birthday.
Okay, let's get rid of Ash quick. But no, guys. Thanks for all your hard work, everyone. I mean, you're all awesome, alright?
Happy birthday, dude.
Oh my god, Ash.
I'll be making an album soon enough. You know, actually, fun fact, I actually have.
Ice cold, I'm swimming against the tide. I wanna forget you, but you pull me in. I know this ocean is far too wide. I wanna forget you, let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel me, giving up this fight. Love and hate, we blurred the lines. I'm giving up this fight. You've lost, but I don't feel I have won. I wanna forget you, but only time will heal. Too late to erase the bad we've done. I wanna forget you, let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly.